my first Telecaster Custom. I've wanted one of these for so many years, always seen them from afar and thought that is the coolest looking guitar. I've had an Esquire Custom in the past and I loved it. It was a great guitar as well, although that one was wrecked. It had like replaced pickup and neck issues, and we were able to resolve all of it, but you know, it wasn't as clean and nice as this one from 1960. It's a Fender Custom Telecaster, technically. If you go by the headstock, right here, Custom Telecaster, not the Telecaster Custom. Although if you look in the price list, I believe it says Telecaster Custom, so whatever combination of the two you prefer. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what the actual name is. Would love to hear it. So yeah, I got a call from this guy and he's like, yeah, I got a 1960 Telecaster. He sends me pictures and I see the Sunburst finish and the double bound body and I'm like, I've got great news for you, sir. This is not just a Telecaster, this is a custom Telecaster. So Fender started doing these about 1959, I believe. And some of the lore, I need to remember which book I read this in, was that Fender actually reached out to Martin for help binding the bodies. You know, how do we bind these bodies without the binding coming off? Just a little bit fancier update to the Telecaster, and so much fun. This one's been played. I bought it from this guy's son, and he said his dad's first name was Edmund, so that's what the E stands for. I didn't ask him about the other two. But a really clean, nicely original guitar, not 100%. I actually noticed that it had a replaced volume pot when it came in, and a replaced capacitor when it came in. It had the wrong thing. It was like a Japanese potentiometer and like a, whatever newer replacement cap. So I actually had a 59 date code volume pot in my part stash. So I did install that. It's great working condition and it just looks nice. It's just nice to look at. I'm not trying to trick anybody. I replaced it. I installed it myself. A little bit proud of my solder, so let me know how I did. Although I hated the capacitor I put in there. It's a phone book capacitor, so that's the correct style where it has that kind of white paper on it and the blue line, the blue writing, but this is just not a very good reproduction of it. It's just the best I could get since I did not have a phone book capacitor on me. But it does do the job exactly as it's supposed to and kind of gives a vintage look. So those are the only two parts replaced. Elsewhere, 100% original and a really nice playing example. I love how Fender did the Sunbursts on the Telecaster Custom because they have like kind of the lightly bursted kind of light brown side and the kind of dark sunburst. And this one's from 1960, kind of mid 1960. We intended to get a look at the neck heel here, but the neck was so tight in the pocket, we didn't want to mess with it. So we did not take the neck off. You can just kind of see with the pickguard off, it does say 60 inside there. And of course we got the potentiometer code. I'll put that in the listing if you want to check it out. But also got that beautiful slab rosewood fretboard. You can see that on the slab rosewood fretboards came out 58 all the way up to 62. That's when they changed the veneer rosewood. If you want to be able to spot it without kind of knowing what year the guitar is or anything, whether or not it has a slab or a veneer, you look for this piece right here where the rosewood meets the maple at the headstock. The slabs are going to kind of have a convex shape towards the headstock, whereas the veneers are either going to be straight or like a concave shape. So go look for that out there when you're looking at vintage guitars. Brazilian rosewood fretboard, got the vulcanized fiberboard dots, also known as clay. It's not clay, but that's what we call it, I guess. Really clean underneath the bridge cover, original pickup, just kind of green lights all around on this guitar. I personally love the personalized letters on the pickguard. Could have been a dealer edition. Hey, if you want to personalize your guitar, we'll put these letters on for you. Or who knows? Really don't know exactly where they came from, but not a Fender, not Fender pieces. But I thought it was so cool. I would never remove from a vintage guitar the personalization like that. So anyway, still has the original Fender Telecaster wiring from 52 to 67, all the way back to the bridge pickup, volume and tone. Middle is just the neck pickup, volume and tone. All the way forward is the mud cap. So you know, meant to mimic a bass guitar, kind of poorly. Not my favorite sound to play on a vintage guitar, but it's still there because we try not to modify wiring where we don't have to. However, if you want me to modify it for you to kind of a modern style wiring where you have a standard middle position, be happy to do that for you. Can make it look real clean, but that's not the way Fender intended it until 1967. So if you want to run these in parallel, like both pickups on in parallel, you can kind of cheat the switch. So you kind of wedge it in between the bridge and the middle positions, and you're going to get both pickups on. Interestingly enough about this one, the pickups are out of phase from each other. 1960 is the year where Fender reversed the polarity of all their pickups. So it's possible it's a result of that. I'll have to get my polarity tester and find out. Actually, let me do that. All right, we're back. Magnetic polarity tester. There's going to be a link down below if you want to pick one up. It's like $8 on Amazon here in the States, and you know, it'll be real cheap elsewhere. But it's really fun. I love when you're like figuring out why the guitars sound certain ways. This can be helpful. So 1960 is the year they changed the polarity of all the pickups. So the bridge pickup attracts the North Pole magnet. That's mean it's a south to strings pickup. You see the blue, the South Pole sticking straight up. Now if we go to the neck, it's attracting the North Pole magnet. So that is a south to strings pickup. So they're out of phase because the magnets are pointing in opposite directions. So if you want to do that, both pickups on, cheat the switch, we get out of phase sound. Kind of fun to play on the Telecaster. Out of phase is going to sound thin and quacky. May not be your favorite, but you still got that bridge pickup exactly the way you want it. So anyway, call in Riggs to play it for us. Show us how it sounds. So that's the 1960 Fender Telecaster Custom, factory original Sunburst finish with the double bound body. Love it. This is the stuff dreams are made of. I'm so thrilled to have this guitar, so thrilled to show it to you guys and to present it for sale. So if you're interested in a Tele Custom, you can check out the listing for this one below at my website, truevintageguitar.com. My name is John. My shop's called True Vintage Guitar. We're here in Birmingham, Alabama. Got a ton of vintage 50s and 60s Fender and Gibson guitars primarily. A couple of flat tops every once in a while, but primarily solid body electrics and semi-hollows. So yeah, this is exactly the type of guitar I love to buy. So if you have a 50s or 60s custom Telecaster, reach out to me at my website. I'd love to take a look at it. Might be one I'm interested in, or if it's not, I might be able to connect you with someone who might be. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy talking vintage guitars and looking at them, I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. We're doing about 2 videos a week. We just did one of an amazing 59 Gibson ES355T, the mono version. Incredible, earliest side pull I've ever seen. So anyway, hit subscribe now. Thanks so much. Happy to have you guys. Thanks for watching.